What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Well, here she is. This is my new 2018 Audi S5 Prestige Coupe. I'm so excited to show you guys more of this car, talk about modification plans, how it came to be, and just kind of have an overall general discussion of the car. Also in this video, I'm going to be installing the first small modification to the interior here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get on started. So to give you guys a little backstory on this car, I was specifically looking for a coupe, and I was specifically looking for a Prestige. So therefore, I wasn't really looking at any Sportbacks or any Premium Plus trims or anything like that. So this car was actually very hard to find. The ones that I was looking at either didn't have all the options that I was looking for, or they were a Sportback, or they actually got sold out from under me. So when this one came up in Albany, New York on Auto Trader, I jumped on it very quickly. If you haven't seen my video of picking this car up and flying up there to get it, please be sure to check that out. I'll go ahead and link that in the top right corner. But I've had the car for around 2 weeks now, and I've really grown to love this thing even more. I was pretty blown away almost immediately once I took delivery and the drive home, but over these past 2 weeks, it's just been an absolutely amazing experience with this car. So in terms of modification plans outside of the small modification we're going to install later in this video, I'm thinking of doing the RS style grille in the front here. I'm still deciding which RS style grille I want to actually install, because they have a few of them where, you know, they spell out the Quattro script underneath, or they have like a chrome surround. So I'm still doing a bit of research. And also, upon my research, I found that some people have been having a bit of difficulty with their installs with the RS grille. I've heard that they're not always an exact plug-and-play fit, especially because mine is a Prestige and it has the front camera, and a lot of the grills, the mounting bracket for the front camera is a little misaligned. So I'm going to have to do a bit more digging and find out some more information. As we come around the side here, this is the Daytona Gray Pearl Effect, I believe is the official name of the paint. And I have the S Sport package, so I have the red painted brake calipers and the Sport rear differential as well. And coming around the rear here, as you can see, it has been debadged. I do like the clean look. I did the same thing with my 340i, so I think I'm going to keep it like that. And you have the 4 exhaust tips. I will say the exhaust in this car sounds pretty muddy, I guess you could say. It doesn't really have a distinctive tone, but it does sound good for being stock, and I think an exhaust in the future will definitely help solve that problem. Also, I will point out that this thing was definitely tinted at some point. The rear glass has a crazy sort of limo tint on it, and the other passenger windows had the tint removed. It's a pretty crappy tint job in my opinion. Has some bubbling and stuff, and I guess the guy was in a rush to remove it, but I'm not too concerned about it because this thing probably will be getting tinted in the future. Under the hood here, if you've seen my other review video of the Audi S5 Sportback that I did, you guys will be familiar, but this is the 3-liter single turbo V6, 354 horsepower, 369, I think it is, foot-pounds of torque. And as previously mentioned, obviously it's bone stock, no modification, stock airbox, stock ECU, hasn't been tuned. And speaking of those two, those are the 2 modifications that I am most interested in doing, the intake and the tune. I know once you kind of tune these things and wake them up, they become real monsters, and these things sound pretty good with a lot of turbo noise once you put an intake on them. But yeah, I'm very excited to get to modifying this thing, and we'll see how this thing responds to a few simple modifications. Taking a quick look at the inside here, you can see absolutely beautiful. Got the suede Alcantara on the door, the carbon Atlas inlays. That was another option for the Prestige. And also the full leather seats with the quilted design pattern was a really big deciding factor for me. I did not want the seats that had the Alcantara centers. I feel like that just gets really dirty over time. Taking a quick look at the back seat. Not much to show, just the extended leather in the rear. And there's not too much space, obviously, being this is the coupe, but you can fit some people back there in a pinch if need be. So we'll actually go ahead and start this thing up. I'll go ahead and get some revs in comfort and dynamic on the outside so you guys can hear that. So I've gotten pretty familiar with this interior design layout. I reviewed the 2019 Sportback and the 2022 A4, which basically has the same thing. And I will say this interior is absolutely beautiful. I love the carbon trim along the dash and the center console here. Obviously, you have the full Audi virtual cockpit display here. That's very, very nice. Pretty self-explanatory. And in the center screen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is pretty much the only thing that I use. The heated seats. You have the drive select toggle here so you can see. Go down into dynamic. The exhaust definitely gets a little bit louder. Get some nice pops from the exhaust. And because this is a Prestige, it has the full color heads-up display with the speed limit information. It also has the adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist and the extended ambient lighting, so I can basically change the color of the interior lighting to any color, which looks really great at night. And now that it's a little bit darker outside, you can see the interior lighting a bit better. You can see it down on the floor and on the door. I'm actually going to be making a full interior ambient lighting video on this car, but in order to customize it, you can just go into vehicle and go into vehicle settings, interior lighting, and then go to individual and click to the right, and you can see the surface lighting, the line lighting. Have a ton of different options to choose from. In terms of plans for modification for the interior here, I don't have too many. This is actually the one we're going to be installing in a second here. But other than that, I really like the way this thing looks. One thing that I'm very happy that this car has is the flat bottom steering wheel. A lot of the other cars that I was looking at had the full round heated wheel, which doesn't look as good as this in my opinion. And here's a small interior mod that I was talking about before. It's just this carbon fiber gear selector cover. I don't think it matches the exact carbon fiber of the factory, but I think it'll help brighten up the interior a bit. And it's nothing crazy to install. I think it has some adhesive tape in there like that, but I think you can just slide it on top like that. I think it looks pretty good. Obviously, like I was saying, it's not a direct match, but it does kind of make the interior look a little bit nicer. Outside of that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick look at my new to me, 2018 Audi S5 Prestige Coupe. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. And leave a comment down below on what mods and videos you'd like to see me do with this car. I want to thank you guys again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.